would be Freemasonry. And people will only know Freemasons, and beyond that there would be 30 tiers or 29 tiers, altogether 30 tiers. 29 tiers of secret organizations, one above the other, which will be completely unknown to the public. And we will manage to move things through the instrument of Freemasonry. And if something happens, we will have exert pressures. Now, this claim is exactly proved right when you study the history of Freemasonry. And the plan of Freemasonry, which has been mentioned there, that also has come true. Also, that book mentions the future shape of the world. What type of the world government would come into being. We should also know what is happening, what intrigues are being made against Islam and religion and things, This is an intrigue against all that is good. Also in this it is discussed, what you are saying today in newspapers, in magazines, in television and all that, that we will give new trends to the world of debauchery and luxurious life, and we will create new markets for this, so that the entire world wealth is diverted to these so-called sources of pleasure or relaxation or things. And the entire attention of the people would be directed towards sex and sexuality and the concomitant things. And this would give us opportunity to create industries and also to corrupt people's mind so that they don't think beyond their noses and they don't see beyond their noses in future. They will get so deeply involved. Also through this will corrupt the hierarchy of every government and will be in a power to blackmail them then. We'll give them new ways of luxury. We will explode all the taboos imposed by religion on these things. And we'll say, what is wrong with this? What is wrong with this? We'll give them ways of beastly pleasures. And we will make them so accustomed to these that they will be sort of addicted to such pleasures. They will not be able to break away from these chains. And once we have got them, we will make such governments further corrupt. And if they then play to our tunes, they will remain in power. If not, we will disclose all their secrets, we will publicize their briberies, their luxuries, their pleasure-seeking and things which are going to embarrass them, and they will be forced to resign. And we will do the same thing to the next government and so on. So these designs are discussed in such detail, and this is exactly what is happening nowadays in the world. You know what happens to the Japanese ministers who for a time being play to the tune of the CIA, and during that course they are bribed through big houses, financial commercial houses or big aeroplane companies and things, manufacturing companies. And once they fall out of favor, those things which were known to everybody even before the higher-ups, they were immediately published. And these things are happening everywhere in the world. No government can afford to get out of their clutches. Now, this is something which is very interesting for the Ahmadis. There are two facts which are to be known by every Ahmadi. Number one, that Tehreek-e-Jadid plan, the 19 points of Tehreek-e-Jadid, are exactly the antidote of the entire scheme. You will be surprised to find out Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Sani had not read that book. He had completely no idea of what the plan was. But Tehreek-e-Jadid is the only counter and the only message of freedom, only hope of freedom and liberty from their designs and clutches. If you follow that program, they will lose all their charm and power. That ultimately the Freemasons will capture the entire world, and the entire world will go under their clutches, and through them we will rule them. And Hazrat Masih Maud has not the slightest idea what is happening elsewhere. In those days in Qadian in 1905, Allah tells Hazrat Masih Maud that Freemason musallat nahi kiye jayenge. Nobody knew the significance at that time. What is happening? Why Freemason musallat nahi kiye jayenge? Who is thinking or planning of capturing the entire world through the agency of Freemasons and so on. And this revelation, in fact, is the only hope for the world. And this revelation is a message to Ahmadiyya that you will be the only cause of liberation of the rest of the world. Glad tidings to Ahmadis that you don't have to fear from Freemasons. We have given you a program of liberty and freedom which cannot be frustrated by any worldly planners or things. Yes, please.
I just wanted to add in this connection that during recent revolution in Iran, one of the Freemasons' office was occupied by the public.
By?
By the people.
By the government.
By the government. And it was found that most of the people or the influential people heading the oil company or the other organizations and ministers in the governments were all members of the Freemason. And similarly, as Hazur has said, the categories in them, even the building or the office which was existing there, some of the rooms were never known to the higher board of directors which was sitting there. And this was all secret from one stage to another. And maybe this was just...
but still, that is just the apparent organization, the only organization known to the world. But behind that there are 29 tiers. And they would grow another Freemasonry immediately. I mean, everything is hidden.
From even the people
the worldly people do not know. But the guarantee given to us is by God, who knows all that is hidden.
Quite true.
So we are the only people who are safe. The rest cannot claim, and it's impossible for them to get out of their clutches. Are Ahmadis. And that was disclosed in 1905. So fantastic that one single revelation of Hazrat Masih Maud should suffice to prove his truth. Because no explanation can be given for this one single line revelation. Freemason musallat nahi kiye jayenge. And what coincidence it is that the same is the year when this book is being published, which discloses the design of the Freemasons. I mean, this is not an ordinary accident. This is a design by Allah. Now, unfortunately, the entire Arab world is now completely under the clutches of Freemasonry. And the entire Arab world has gone Freemason now. Because there is hardly a man worth a song in Arab countries which has not either covert or overt connections with Freemasonry. And when I made inquiries from certain friends, I wanted to warn the Arab world against Freemasonry. So he told me it is a lost cause already. You can't do a thing. Only they would turn against you more and more bitterly for telling the world what is happening. Because all the news media, all the government offices, all the parties, even the Muslim fundamentalists and the bureaucracy, everything has gone under the Freemasonry and nobody can uproot them. So you are, with the grace of Allah, you are the only people in the world today who have been promised by Allah that you would not go under Freemasonry. I would see to it that you don't.